Oh God, I need my light. Sorry, y'all. I did not know this camera was gonna look like this at all. Okay, first time ever going live, so excuse my appearance. Today is January 16th. Okay, 8:33 p.m. I just want to vent y'all because I'm all over the place. You know, I'm all over the place. And plus, it's the first time I've ever been live, so I'm actually kind of excited. Um, like I said, topics is going to be everywhere. This is my first live and my very first live blog. I didn't even know I could go live on YouTube. Hopefully, when I look back at this, I will be in a different place because apparently I've made some private videos to myself. And I am still in the same position that I was when I made those vlogs. And I don't know what to say or what to do. And I don't want people to think I'm pretending. So this is a journey in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I just recently lost my mom. You know, my mom passed away um, November 16th, 2023 at 8:40 something, maybe 43. Okay. I've been in a relationship for like 3 years. We've broken up now, but for 3 years, and I have become somebody that I don't recognize. And being with this person, I thought I would be happy, happy, because I got out of a relationship that was very abusive, and I thought she was a better option when she was worse than what I left. You know, nobody may never watch these videos or lives, but I need to get this out. I have 3 years of pent up anger, so I know I'm not going to be able to get it out in one live. And I'm not famous like that on any social media, and I'm not really heard for real. Like nobody listens to me, whether it's on the internet or in person. When I try to talk to somebody, the conversation switches about them. Everything is about them. But I was told a long time ago that people don't hear me, they don't listen to me. It took for me to write a book to be heard. All my life, nobody would listen to me. and to make you feel like you're not important, you know? So I've never really had a peaceful life. I never really had a happy life. I never really had joy. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't know what that feels like. But I want it so bad. I get tired of wanting to unalive myself because something major has happened to me. And I get blamed for what happened to me when they caused the pain that happened to me. And I get blamed, you know. By me looking mass presenting, the feminine is automatically got help. You know what I'm saying? Like people automatically believe that I'm the aggressor, and you know, I know this page is called Faith Walker, but I am really considering changing the name of my YouTube to just Tiny, because I'm tiny. You know what I'm saying? And because I've been Faith Walker on this page for a very very long time. And I haven't lived as Faith Walker in a very long time, but I was Faith Walker was my mask. Faith Walker helped me pretend to be happy, to pretend to be at peace, to pretend to be to have joy, pretend to have a perfect life. That's what Faith Walker was, you know. Faith Walker was a mask. Nobody knows me. Nobody tries to get to know me. I was with this girl for 3 years. She named stuff that I don't do anymore. I haven't crocheted in years, forever, to be honest. And that was something me and my mom used to do when I was in a group home. I think I crocheted one time in front of my ex, just to show them that I can crochet, but that was it. Like I said, I'm gonna be all over the place because I'm all over the place, and I feel like I need to get this out because I mean nobody's gonna watch this anyway. I have been learning about narcissism and how narcissism people are really good at manipulation. When I was growing up, I have a Christian family and a Christian background, so I used to hang around Christians. So like manipulation was all through there, especially when I first came out the closet. I was condemned to hell. Nobody tried to get to know me. Nobody to this day still tries to get to know me. Um, like people think they know me, but they don't know me. Nobody knows me. None of my friends that I ever made know me. My family, they don't know me. You know, they see what they want to see. Some friends see aggressive person. Some friends see it, but this those are masks. That's what y'all want to see, you know. But anyway, So, like I said, I had a Christian background, and I was miserable as a Christian because I was afraid to go to hell. I had identity crisis. You know, it was bad. Me with these identity crisis was very, very bad, to the point where I wanted to unalive myself because I was afraid to go to hell because I like girls. I mean, well, women, because I'm grown now. And I tried to date men, and I do have a child, but that's not the way I wanted to have my first baby. I was peer pressured into being with the man. I was peer pressured into having sexual intercourse with the man. I was peer pressured, and I was peer pressured by Christians. And the more I grow up, and the more I ask pastors questions about the Bible, about gay people, nobody has an answer. They keep saying something about Corinthians, I think Second Corinthians or something like that. It still doesn't prove. And I feel like it's a cop out answer. I don't think Christians know what they're reading. I don't think they understand what they're reading. You know, I just feel like it's a cop out just to feel entitled, empowered, and right. But that's besides the point. Like I said, I'm all over the place. My mind is all over the place. And I just want to get this out. Because I'm tired of being used. You feel me? Like, family use me, friends use me, partners use me, strangers use me. I believe I'm used out. I am used out. And it's like I said earlier, I got out of one relationship thinking I was getting into something better. And I did it. I've changed. I don't know who I am anymore. I mean, I know who I am. So I don't even know why I said that. I know exactly who I am. But I think I conditioned myself to be this other person to protect the real me. And I gave this girl the true me, all of me, the real me. And the real me got abused. The real me wasn't accepted. The real me was rejected. You know, I'm trying not to cry because, like, I'm tired of crying, you know. And so this is the only way I can get stuff out without being interrupted or feeling guilty because of me expressing myself about anything to anybody. Like, it's not just her, my ex, who silenced me. Family silenced me. Friends silenced me. Everybody silenced me. My voice was taken away, so I don't talk. I shut down, you know. I just, I guess I want to be heard. I want to be seen. Like, I want people to see me. I'm misunderstood by everybody. My mama even was misunderstood by me. She didn't understand me. And I see the same thing in my daughter. But I understand my daughter because I was her at one point. I don't have any support from nobody. I never had since I was a kid. So I should be used to it, but I'm not, you know. Um, I'm not really sure where I'm going with any of this. Like I said, I'm just getting it out. I'm just getting all whatever I feel out. I'm just releasing it without being interrupted, you know. I don't understand how people can do you wrong and want to run being a Christian or a spiritual whatever journey you're going through. You're reading the Bible, where you're listening to the Bible now and praying for people, and I guess being a good person after you have done 3 years of harm and refuse to accept accountability. Only thing you're accepting is that you put your hands on me and you say things to hurt my feelings, but you don't admit to a lot of other stuff. You refuse to admit it. And then when you're being confronted with it, you wait on sometimes days, maybe months, maybe sometimes days or weeks or months to gather some story. And it makes fucking sense too. After you have sat through and thought this through, it will make sense. Like my daughter was touched inappropriately by her son, her 5-year-old son. But I was telling her to control his managed behavior since he was 2 years old. He's 5 now. And it only got worse. And so he violated my daughter, basically. 5-year old violated my 10-year-old daughter because they're bullies. All they do is tell on my daughter to get her in trouble. Both of them, all day long. So he violated my daughter. After that had happened, it took her a long time to come back to me with this story she gathered about my daughter being the one who was touching him. After she, instead of owning up and correcting it, she blames it completely on my daughter. Everything was blamed on her. She said they was playing the game. He told her to bounce on her. I might be saying it wrong because it was a while back. And he said she was bouncing on him, and he liked it, and he went crazy and didn't know what to do. Right? But the way she had to get it out of him, she had to make it a joke. And my face was disgusted as I listened to this because you only told because you was afraid Nicole was going to tell. Like he would tell before my daughter would tell. He would try to beat her to the punch. Right? So as he was telling this story, she was making it fun. Just come on and just making it fun for him. And that's not no fun and laughter matter to tell. And I was disgusted. It's a lot of red flags that I should have just left. I should have left. The first 3 months of our relationship, I should have left. I changed. When I tell you I changed, I barely recognize myself. But anyway, so he telling the story, just laughing. I'm in rage. Because at first she accepted the story. that it was his doing. He said it was his doing. Children don't lie about stuff like that. They don't lie about stuff like that. Kids don't lie about stuff like that. He said it was his doing. And we know it was his doing because one day we was in a living room watching TV and he said out loud to my daughter, "Do you want to play mommy and daddy?" So again, he wasn't lying. So as he tells the story, because she recorded it and she played it to me and I was just enraged. And she was like, "Are you upset because I'm laughing?" I said, "Yes, because this isn't no laughing matter." It's a shame that you have to get your son comfortable, like playful comfortable, in order to tell a serious story like that. I had all kind of flashbacks and shit, you know what I'm saying? Had all kind of flashbacks. Months later, I'm talking about months later. It was almost a full year before she came up with this story. After he tell me the story, she tells me the story. I called her. She was like, "You want to talk to him?" I said, "Yeah." So I tried to get the same response, but I wasn't in no laughing, and I'm not finna get you to laugh. And he just kept telling me, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know." I said, "Okay, I'll let him go." Called my daughter. My daughter told me the same exact story. And she said he made me do it because he said he was going to tell his mom. He was going to cry and tell his mama. I know she's not lying because I watched him practice in the mirror, crying, telling on Nicole, practicing. And then he was starting off low, then he would get loud because he know mama is not going to respond when he's low, so he get loud, and it sounds more serious when the child gets louder. You know what I'm saying? I watched him. I never told his mama. She would never believe it. I never told her. She would never believe it. So I never told her. I said, "Okay, Nicole, I'm not going to whoop my child for this." You know what I'm saying? Because she's traumatized. All he has to do is cry. And Nicole is my daughter. She's in trouble. That's all he got to do is cry. I told her at one point, I said, him crying like that to get Nikki in trouble is triggering. I said, it's triggering me. Because I grew up with my brother doing the same thing. I see boys are coddled. I don't care what nobody say. Boys are coddled. Boys are pampered. Boys are loved. Their boys just, they're able to be kids. Boys are able to be children, not girls. Boys, they get nurtured more than girls. Girls have to be independent. Girls have to grow up fast. Girls have to always be cautious and watch. Girls aren't allowed to get coddled. Girls aren't allowed to get love and affection for real, because the mother training us up to protect ourselves from their boyfriends or their uncles and cousins and stuff. So we don't get that. And then when we do have parents, mothers who ended up getting a boyfriend, for some odd reason, we ended up being the other mother. So now the mother is competing with the daughter. So we just don't get that. Her daughters don't get that. So I don't treat my daughter like that. And he keep telling my daughter that I don't love her because I yell and fuss at her. I'm more strict on her because of what I've been through and what she's going through right now in the household, in a situation with this bullcrap that's going on right now. To get her to understand some stuff, and he says that I don't love her. He keep telling her that. And he keep telling her that I don't believe her. Well, I'm going to always believe my child. But that's besides the point. So my daughter tells me her story. Lines up exactly word for word, not word identical to what he said. He said he did that. He wanted to play the game. He asked for the game and told Nicole that she wanted to play that game. Both of them wasn't lying. They're not lying. Both of them said the same thing. Then he tell his mama, Nicole woke him up and he don't know why. And Nicole said, Mom, before he even told his mom, Nicole had already told me why she woke him up. I guess he was making some weird noises or something. I can't really remember. He was doing something in his sleep that was disturbing her. Maybe he couldn't breathe or something. I can't remember. And she tapped him to wake him up because it was disturbing her. And so I asked Nicole, I said, because I just had a feeling they was going to blame that on Nicole, like she was trying to do something to him. But I had already told her before they moved in, I really don't believe in boys sleeping in the room with girls. I just don't. And I've been told her that I really don't want him in there. Like, since he was 2, I don't want him in there. Every time, well, he'd been in the living room before because he was too damn mannish. He had to sleep in the living room. She snuck his ass back inside the room after I told her I don't want him in her room. So, after that incident, he had to go in the living room. Like, he can't be in there. He ain't even been in the living room for a week before she just snuck him back in her room. I didn't say anything because at this point, I'm just sitting back like, this is why he don't respect boundaries, because you're not respecting boundaries. And then when he's sleeping downstairs, instead of her sleeping in bed with her partner, she is downstairs sleeping with her son. When he was 2, he humped her back with no pull up, no diaper on. He just her back. And I told her, and I stopped him right then, and I said, don't ever do that again. And she was like, what? I told her he was humping your back. You know what she said? He can't get aroused. He doesn't even have a kneecap. I'm trying to figure out what the heck does a kneecap got to do with him humping your back. So she made excuses. I said, you know what, listen, stop bathing around him. Stop bathing with him. Stop kissing him in the mouth. Stop walking around the house naked. Cover up. Stop sleeping with him. Stop rocking him to sleep. Stop all of that. She still kiss him in the mouth. She still walk around the house naked. She still sleeps with him. I don't know if she's still bathing with him because she's at her father's house now. So I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past nobody. But I know she's still naked around him. She don't cover up. So now he rubs on her as he grabs himself. And I told her, your son has one more time to do anything inappropriate to my child, y'all have to go. I said, because y'all two behavior is giving incest. And this is before I learned what emotional incest was. This is before I learned what that was. I'm still learning about that. They act like husband and wife, not mother and son. They act like husband and wife. So, she has an issue with the way I discipline him. He is not used to the word no. Day before yesterday, he was asking his mama for Takis. She kept telling him no, right? Every couple of minutes, Mama, can I have some Takis? No. Mama, can I have some Takis? No. Mama, can I have some Takis? No. Give me Takis? No. I want that Takis. No. Mama, can I please have some of your Takis? No. He asked again. So I said no. And don't ask her again. He did not ask her at all. None that day. All right. After that, he didn't. I said, this boy don't respect his mother boundary. I said, but I'm not surprised because she doesn't respect mine. Why should he respect boundaries when she doesn't? Right? So she saved him some chills. Like, she felt bad because I put my foot down. He doesn't respect boundaries. He's not. And everybody in that family kisses his ass. Why? Because you better not say nothing to him in front of the mama. You better not discipline him in front of the mama. You better not set boundaries or rules in front of the mama. You better not. Or she's going to cuss you out and damn near try to fight you. Facts. I've seen it too many times. So nobody says nothing to him. They kiss his butt. And he's 5. They've been doing this for a very long time. This is their routine. Everybody know what to expect from him and her. So after that incident happened, a few months later, he smacked Nicole on the butt and grabbed her boobs and called her a fine ass bitch. She called me on the phone and told me what he did. I said, you know what, Nicole? Knock on the door and tell his mama. She told his mama. She politely talked to him calmly. Do not violate her boundaries. Do not disrespect her space. Do not touch her without her permission. Right? Same day, Nicole in her room changing. He stopped and stared at her for a long time. And I wasn't going to say nothing. I was going to see how long it was going to take the mom to correct him. Still, the same way. Okay, Bubby, go downstairs. And he went downstairs. And I knew then, I said, girls is in danger. They're in danger, bro. They are in danger. She won't correct it. She won't correct it. So they were sitting in the living room. He would be rubbing all on and kissing all on her. She tells me one day, I don't know why I reject his love and affection, because I kiss all over him and love on, give him love and affection, but I reject him and I don't want him to think that I don't love him. And I'm looking at her like, I don't know why you trying to get approval from me. That is your son. If y'all want to get this freaky, dicky shit, whatever the fuck y'all got going on, then y'all do it. It has nothing to do with me. Do it. But what you not finna do is think we finna be in this bed making passion, love, sex in this motherfucker after your son that got you aroused. No, that's the real reason why I haven't been touching her. That's the real reason why she and I hasn't done anything. I refuse to touch. Every time I get turned on, I get turned off. I just think about her and her son, emotional incest behavior. And now, like I said, because people was making, I have a friend of mine was making excuses for her because she was groomed as a child. But once you're aware of the situation, of your childhood and what you're doing to your son, you're no longer a victim. You are aware of what's going on. You're no longer blindsided to what is happening. So no more excuses. So I stopped kissing her. I don't even choke her anymore. She like to be choked. She like her neck bit. She just like me touching her. I don't do none of that on her anymore. And she just, you don't love me anymore. She'll say, we can stop having sex. We ain't got to do it anymore. We ain't got to do it anymore. And I'm like, I know. But I tell her, no, we good. You know what I'm saying? So she'll ask me, is it somebody else? No, it's not nobody else. I wish, but it's not nobody else. But it's too dangerous to be trying to cheat. I'm not finna catch nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, or she'll say, you don't love me no more. Like, you don't touch me anymore. You do it on your time. Let me tell y'all something. When we finally have sexual intercourse, it's because I finally forced myself to do my very best not to neglect her sexual needs anymore as a partner. But I be all week, every day, I try so hard to have sexual intercourse with her. But it's hard for me because every time we do it, it just feels wrong. And lately I have not been having orgasm. And then there's time I do have orgasm if we haven't done it in a while. And lately it has been taking me forever I normally just real fast, but it's been taking me forever. Or I'll just say I came so she would get off of me. Right? And if she ever see this, I don't feel any guilt because now I get to finally say it. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't sexually satisfying you. I know for a fact that I wasn't. So you're not lying. If I wasn't sexually satisfying you, you're not lying because I wasn't even trying to. I'm not even, I was just trying to at least give your body something. You know what I'm saying? To knock the craving down a little bit. That's what I was doing. Your body was screaming, and I gave it to you. Even when your body was screaming bad, I know I didn't give, and I'm sorry for neglecting you, but it's gonna take a man or somebody you don't want to lose at all. Because I know for a fact I'm not her. I know for a fact I'm not who you want. I know for a fact I'm not a part of your life. You made that plain and clear for 3 years that I'm not a part of your life. You just started 2 weeks ago putting me and my child in your life. Like you started putting us in your plans. You don't do it now because we're broken up. But them 2 weeks, you started to put me and my child. Out of 3 years, you just started putting me and my child in your. You wasn't even putting my child in your plans. You just started putting me in your plans. So yeah, if you ever watch this video, that's why we wasn't. I was never tired. Well, sometimes I would be tired, but majority of them times, I was never tired. I would put myself to sleep. I would put myself in sleep mode. I would put myself in sleep mode. Or well, sometimes I do be sick. Well, when I say I'm sick, I was actually sick, so I wasn't pretending that. But majority of the time when I said I was tired, I really wasn't. Some of them I was, but not all the time. I would put myself in sleep mode. It just feels wrong touching you, knowing you and your son had this emotional incest relationship, and then you want to have sex with me after you and him was doing all that weird shit, and you in your mind you think it's just you being lovey-dovey towards your son, but it looks like husband and wife. They slept on an air mattress recently they before she went to her dad's house. She live with her dad now. And when I opened the living room door, they both was looking back at me. He was laying under her like I would lay under her. Literally. She was in front of him like husband and wife. Like he had his whole arm around her like they was husband and wife. And I felt like I was in the wrong room in the wrong house. This is my house. And I'm about to walk out my house because I thought I was in the wrong house. So I just went upstairs. And she came up there to check on me because she knew what I saw disturbed me. And she was asking me, was I okay? And I just said, yeah. It's no point of telling her, I swear to God, y'all, it's no point of telling her shit. If you do tell her shit, she make you feel guilty for your truth. She make you feel guilty about anything, everything. About how you feel, she make you feel guilty. And this is why when we break up, I feel like I all want to unalive myself every single time we break up. It's strong as heck because she makes me feel guilty about my decision. And only reason why that started because our very first breakup, she overdosed because I asked her, was she happy with me? She said no. And and I asked her another question, do I make you miserable? She said yes. I said, okay, since you're not happy here, since I make you miserable, I'm releasing you. She said, are you breaking up with me? I said yes, because I'm not doing my job. And that would have been the end of us right there. I put this on everything I love. That would have been the end of us right there. Because once we break up, that was it for me. And at that time, I didn't know her like that. Like, I mean, I loved her, but I didn't know her, but I knew her. But this is the beginning of the relationship. So I didn't really know her to be all depressed and sad because, you know, depressed and sad and crying bubbles because we have history. No, we didn't have no history like that for real. But I did love her. For some odd reason, I loved her at first sight. I can't even explain it. I loved her at first sight, right? So she overdosed on 4 bottles. She overdosed on my allergy medicine and she overdosed on my nausea medicine. So she couldn't throw at all. They were brand new bottles that I just got. Those medicine, just got them. She 4 bottles. And after that day, every time we would have an argument, I can't believe I tried to unalive myself for you. I can't believe I tried to do this for you. I can't believe. So now I've been conditioned for years after that. And every time we break up, if she break up with me, if I break up with her, I feel guilty and I want to unalive myself. I have to go live for protection. I have to have people on the phone to hear the conversations. I have to have witnesses. I don't have family. I don't have friends. I don't have anybody. So I have to run on the internet. I have to run. Well, my ex was already on the phone with me when the last time because I'm always the blame. Now, going back to the blame, remember I said it took almost a whole year for her to come back with this story, right? She said right there and told me, remember when Nicole and Kai, oh Lord, I have to beat that out. 4150. Told us about the story, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, so I don't want to make you sad or angry when I say this, but I think it was Nicole's idea. I think it was Nicole's doing when she didn't even speak to Nicole yet. She only spoke to her son, and her son said it was his idea. He said he wanted to play that game. But almost a year later, you come and tell me this story and blames it on Nicole. Then you said when you remember that night that she woke him up and he didn't know why, and he started back peeing on himself. So I played a part. I was like, oh no, oh my God, I knew exactly where she was going with this. I'm like, oh my God, no, giving her a show. And in my head, I was disgusted. Instead of admitting and making corrections and preparing protection for other girls from that behavior, instead of correcting that behavior to protect girls in the future, women in the future, you sat up nights, days thinking about that incident, creating a story to get the blame off of your son because he's 5. He just 5. He can't do no stuff like that. But somebody is teaching him that it can't be Nicole. It's just her and him. They don't go outside and play with other kids. But he goes outside to play with other kids at your dad's house and in Montgomery. He's learning something in Montgomery. And every time he come back, he is worse. Every time he comes back. And guess where he have to go? In the living room. And you sleep with him like you don't have a partner. Instead of just letting him be independent. You have to baby him all the way through. He's about to be 6 in a few months. He still get rocks to sleep. Next year, he will be 7. And he still will be rocked to sleep. I know for a fact once she see this video, she's definitely going to hate me. But I don't care because You are an enabler. I told you this to your face. I also call you a pedo. I called your son one too, but I wasn't trying to call him that. I was trying to say predator. S predator. So I'm gonna say SP. And you are an enabler. You will protect your son by any means necessary. You had already shown me what you're gonna do to these victims. You're gonna victim blame, and it's not gonna be your son's fault at all. You're not. Trigger warning. It's not gonna be your son's fault at all. And people think it starts when they're teenagers, when they hit puberty. I've learned that firsthand. He was just 2. Well, his first time I've ever seen, his first time on my leg. And I tried to tell her, he is aroused. The first time on my leg, he was on my leg. She was like, no, he's just he wants you to walk. And so when he sat on her leg, she was like, come on here. I'm not going to say his name because I already got to go back to something 50. He had the slightest idea what she was talking about. That was a red flag then. I should have ran then. He had the slightest idea what she was talking about, because that's not what they do. Then when he 2.5, almost 3, he humps her back aggressive, and then he just kept getting. And then he goes to Mississippi. He's 3 now. She calling me. He's humping me aggressively now. I didn't say nothing because what you want me to say? I've already gave you the rules and regulations of what you should do. You want a soft parent and free parent, and he's letting you know that it doesn't work. He's letting you know that it doesn't work, but he has figured out all I have to do is cry or smile or cry. Kids know their parents, bro, and parents know their children. That's how I know for a fact my daughter didn't do that. Then we get into a whole argument, and I'm telling her about her son's aggressive behavior and managed behavior towards my child. And to her, she tells me, well, I caught your daughter sucking on him. I said, you caught my daughter at the time he was 4 on your son. And I asked her again a few months down the line, she's sticking beside her lot. I should have, bro, it's a whole bunch of signs. I should have just left, because if that was me saying everything that she has said to me, she would not be talking to me today. It would not even be a conversation. I wouldn't have her phone number or her address. I wouldn't even be able to apologize. I wouldn't be able to hear from her ever again. Why? Because she's done it before, plenty of times. So but it's never been about her son though. It's been about me and her. It's never been about her son. It's been about me and her. Plenty of time. She had the last very big argument we had. She told me I was losing her, and when she's leave, there's no emailing, no contact, no nothing. There was no nothing. So when I tell y'all she meant that shit, she really mean that. Like, but I didn't care, if I was to be honest. I don't care, because when you leave, hopefully my life will get back on track. So whatever. But I was sad and crying, depressed. But at the same time, I didn't care. But like I said, she has a way of making me feel guilty. That's why I was crying, because she got a way of me feeling guilty, always feeling guilty of my decision. And every time we get into an argument, she tells me it's not about me. So I don't really express myself. Here you go being nonchalant. What do you want? You want me to talk, but yet you telling me it's not about me. So you mad that I'm being nonchalant and showing no emotions. She abandoned my child. She apologized, but it was to shut me up. It was a shut up apology. She needed something. She needed me for something. So she made it sound sincere, but I knew it wasn't sincere. She mean what she say. She say what she mean. Her action, she means it. She does not regret anything she does. She was truthful and honest with me one time when she lost my keys and she said she doesn't regret it. I said, I know you doesn't regret it. It's a lot of stuff that you do to me and Nikki that you don't regret. Only reason why she apologized because she needed something. I don't have no money. Couldn't even keep a job. She blamed Nicole for that too. She blamed Nicole every single time I had to get off the road because she and my daughter couldn't get along. And so, she and my daughter couldn't get along. So she would call me and I would have to go home. I have to quit the job. Then I would have to baby boy her. You know that scene on Baby Boy with him telling Taraji to clean up. And then I'll go back on the road. She'll call me again. That's the same job that I just quit. I had to quit again. She called me on the road again because Nicole took her son to her cousin's house because there was nobody in the house. Nicole took him to safety. She called me. I'd be damned if I lose my child because of your daughter. I'd be damned if I lose my child because of your daughter. I had to come home. Found another job. Snyder. Love Snyder. That was the best job I ever had. Me and her got into it real bad. I can't even remember what we get into it for. I told him when I come home Monday, I want you gone. I said, you need to wait till I get home Monday because I don't want Nicole at home by herself. Wait until Monday, until I get in the house, then you can leave. This was a Friday or, yeah, I think it was Friday. And you know, when you drive trucks, you have hours. You drive 11 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? My hours was out. I get a text message. First I called my, one of my truck driver friends, crying. I was boo-hooing to her because I had a good feeling she was going to leave my baby in the house that day. I called her, boo-hooing. I said, she's going to leave my baby. I'm in New York. She's going to leave my baby, and I'm in New York. First of all, I have been trying to get home anyway because my daughter got a burnt mark on her back. And that job wouldn't get me home to save. They just kept pushing me further out to New York. I'm on the phone crying at dispatch. My daughter done got burnt trying to get home. All right. Second time. This is when she abandoned my child. I'm talking about that day I was boo-hooing because I kept telling my friend, bro, she finna leave my baby in the house by herself. And I'm in New York. She's about to leave my baby in this house. And I'm in New York. And I looked at the GPS. It said 24 hours away from my address. I was a whole day away. And we could only drive 11 hours a day. I could only get home Monday. So they gave me permission to go home. I still made it home that Monday. So before that happened, I would call everybody in my family. Nobody would pick my baby up. My baby 10 years old. I called my mom's side, my daddy's side. I called everybody. So I had to call my cousin who's married in the family, not biological. I had to swallow my pride, apologize to her. But I needed somebody to get my baby, but my baby went through some trauma at her house, and I didn't want her there for real. But she was my last option, and I knew for a fact she would swallow her pride and get Nicole. So she went and got Nicole. My daughter went through some shit at that lady house. I come home. My house is shambled. Trash, bags, everywhere, trash, shit, dog shit, every fucking where, trash, every goddamn where. The house is a total wreck. I got videos of my house being a total wreck. And she told me she gonna sue me for some money. I said, go ahead. I got videos of your son and you how before my house, before y'all moved in, and after y'all moved in. So go ahead. She ain't said that to me since. So yeah, I mean, she left my daughter while I was abandoned. And then, but this is how I knew my daughter was abandoned because I already had a feeling. She texted me my keys was in the armrest, so I tell my daughter to go outside to go get the keys out the armrest. She said the car isn't here. Nicole turned the camera around. I said she left my child here by herself. That's how all that happened. I had to call the non-emergency number because every time I called 911, it would send me to New York 911. So I had to call the non-emergency number. I had to look it up for Mobile, Alabama, for them to get my daughter, or at least watch her until my cousin came to pick her up. We're not even supposed to be talking to this day, y'all. And I told her, if that was me that did that to your son, we again, this not the first time we had a conversation like this. We will not be talking to this day. I will have no communication, no nothing to get to you. None. And she was like, yes, you will. I'm gonna let you explain. Again, she needs something from me. Maybe not. Again, I don't have no money. The last check I had to put on my rent, power bill, every bill. I don't get food stamps at this time. I was a truck driver. I didn't need it. Me getting my CDL was my way out of poverty. But I couldn't keep my job because I always had to come home because it was always an issue. But instead of owning up, she somehow created a story and put it on my daughter. And I was just like, this girl would never admit to nothing. But she will force you to admit your wrongdoing to the point where you just got into the habit of admitting your wrongdoing. But at least I admit my wrongdoing. I'm stubborn, but I'm not stubborn like that. I'm not going to sit here and create analysis or create a whole story that makes sense and put it on everybody else instead of the. And I was like, bro, my daughter is not the reason why I left my job. You're the reason why I left my job. You couldn't get along with my child at all. And like I told her, if my child can't be at home, you and him don't need to be in her house. So that's, I don't want, the video is already almost an hour long. So I just wanted to get that out. I feel a little bit better. So yeah, that's what I've been going through. And then like I said, everything is always my fault. Anyway, everything is always my fault. Everything. Everything is my fault. Everything is my fault. I have gotten to the point where I'm apologizing for everything. So I guess that's it for right now.